What I know about diabetes is that it's very hereditary in American Indians, and you just have to keep active to keep it out of your system.
You gotta take a lot of shots, and you gotta check your sugar level every day.
My grandmother died from diabetes because she did not want to change her eating ways or didn't want to exercise.
Diabetes. That's a word you've probably heard before, but do you know what it really is? Is diabetes a kind of medicine, a place you can visit, or the name of a rock band? No way. You know better than that. Diabetes is a disease, and even though you're young and probably healthy, you need to know about it. My name is Chris Roberts, and I'm a Choctaw Indian from Oklahoma. And did you know that Native Americans like us have a high risk of becoming diabetic? So I've been learning a lot about how to take care of myself and what I can do to prevent diabetes. Now, you might already have some ideas about diabetes, so let's test your diabetes IQ with a little pop quiz. That's not such a bad word. But don't worry, you won't be getting a grade for this. Okay, true or false?
All people who have diabetes have been diagnosed and are seeing a doctor.
That is false. I wish it were true, though.
About 1/3 of the people who have diabetes don't even know it yet.
What is insulin? Is it A, a food, B, a hormone, or C, a cell? The answer is B. Insulin is a hormone that your body makes to allow your cells to use food. Everyone who has diabetes has to give themselves insulin shots every day. True or false? Well, that's false. People with type 1 have to take insulin shots, and people with type 2 diabetes may actually be able to control their illness without taking insulin shots. The most important thing you can do to protect yourself from diabetes is, number 1, drink lots of water. Number 2, never eat any candy. Number 3, exercise daily and eat healthy foods. Well, that answer is simple. It's number 3. Both exercise and eating right reduce the sugar level in your blood and help you feel better in general. True or false?
Not very many people in America have diabetes, and all of those who do have it are old.
Well, that's false. More than 16 million Americans have diabetes, and many are under the age of 25, and that's too young. So how's your diabetes IQ? Don't feel bad. I have to be honest with you. I didn't know much about it either until recently, and it makes me feel really good to know that there are some things I can do to help protect myself from diabetes and other health problems. What I've learned is really important, so I'm going to share it with you. Now, we've all been sick before, right? You're walking along, minding your own business, and a germ you can't even see comes up and whacks you good. Then you've got a cold or a sore throat or maybe something really nasty like the chicken pox, and that's not fun. Usually, if you rest a few days or get some medicine from the doctor, things get a lot better and you're as good as new, back to normal. But some diseases you can get don't go away that easily, and diabetes is one of them. The pancreas is an organ that sits in your midsection below the chest and above the belly button. The pancreas makes an important hormone called insulin. When someone has diabetes, it means their pancreas either makes no insulin, doesn't make enough, or the insulin doesn't work right. The reason insulin is so important is that it combines with the glucose, which is another word for sugar, that's in your body. Here's how it works. When you eat, your small intestine takes the sugar or glucose out of the food and puts it into your blood. The glucose is like food for your cells. It's what gives your cells the energy they need to do their jobs. But without insulin to help it, the glucose cannot get inside the cells and nourish them. And that means sugar buildup in the blood. This makes you feel really thirsty and really tired. And there are other problems that go along with it too. But we'll talk about that later. For now, let's talk about who gets diabetes and look at a list of things that might increase someone's chances of getting it. There are two kinds of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetes is relatively rare, and it always requires the patient to take shots of insulin to keep well. Think about this example. In a group of 100 people with diabetes, only 10 of them are likely to have type 1. That means the other 90 have type 2, so you can see that type 2 is a lot more common. People with type 2 diabetes may have inherited the disease from their parents or grandparents with it. People who are more likely to get type 2 include those who are Native American, Hispanic, or African American, overweight, not active, over 40 years old, or have a family member with diabetes. Diabetes used to be an older person's disease, but Indian kids are becoming diabetic at younger ages now. Now, does this mean you'll definitely get diabetes if you're an Indian? Absolutely not, but you are at a much higher risk. The great news about diabetes for you as a young person is what you learn about food and exercise now can help keep you from getting diabetes when you're older. Let's talk to someone who has a strong family history of diabetes, but has been able to stay healthy by making the right choices with food and exercise.
Diabetes has played a pretty big role, like in my family. I actually have 2 uncles that have had diabetes, and they've died from it, and they've lost their leg. They had to have their legs amputated from it, and actually even like my grandfather on my father's side, he's died from diabetes also. It's caused complications, and he eventually got a heart attack from it, and so it's real big. I even have like a cousin that was just not too long ago diagnosed with diabetes. The scariest thing I think about seeing somebody with diabetes in your family is that, you know, that you're able to get it, and it could happen to you just as it did to them. And just seeing how it's just kind of almost like it's inherited or something, just that bad, especially for like Native Americans that, you know, we're just so easily prone of getting it. And so that's you know, it's a big deal, you know, something that I know that I want to watch out and prevent from getting it. Our parents like to get water. They actually buy, like, you know, the big bottled water and everything, and we do that, like, you know, instead of like families have a whole bunch of pop in there, we just drink like a whole bunch of water. It's stocked with water and stuff like that, so we try to watch what we drink and stuff. And, you know, I mean, every now and then, I mean, you may stray and have a couple, but I know, like, for a fact, like my brother, he actually quit drinking pop altogether, just totally, just to prevent that from happening. To like prevent diabetes, I know that there's a lot of things you can do, like being exercise, but exercise not having to go run around a track or a course, or, you know, or go lift weights or something. It don't have to be something that's that tedious. I mean, you can go and have fun, like go ride a bike with your friend, you can go swimming, basically anything like you could think of, just anything to get you out of just sitting at home and eating junk food, playing PS2 all day long, you know. Get off the video games and go out and do something, have some fun, play basketball with your friends, whatever. Just something to get you out and be doing something. Same way with food, instead of like eating like potato chips or just, you know, just more junk food, like with stuff with a lot of sugar. You know, you could eat stuff that's good for you, like carrots and stuff, you know. They could just tell their parents to have it there, like, you know, just available for them so they can go and get it. Go and grab some of that to snack on instead of some candy and stuff like that. A lot depends on the kids. I believe that, you know, actually they actually need to be the ones to watch what they eat, and they need to stay active. Because your parents can tell you not to eat certain stuff, and of course, you know, kids are going to do that, but, you know, they actually have to kind of realize how serious of a condition it is, and they need to exercise and eat right, you know. It's really up to them for the most part.
Diabetes, don't you get it?
There are 2 simple things that you can do every day that will help prevent you from getting diabetes. Exercise and eat right. Let's talk food. What are your favorite foods?
Okay, I really love pizza, and I love Sonic. I love their cheddar bites, and I love McDonald's Cajun McChicken, and I love French fries. That's my favorite food.
French fries, pizza, nachos, sloppy joes.
Pizza, fries, and burgers.
Pizza, pastas, casseroles,
Indian tacos,
pizza, pasta, lasagna.
If you're trying to be healthy, a little bit of that kind of food goes a long way. Here are the kinds of foods you should be eating the most of. Fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grain breads and cereals like oatmeal, low-fat or skim milk, and low-fat flavored yogurt, chicken, turkey, fish, or lean beef, and lots of water, 8 or more glasses every day. Choosing these kinds of foods will help you lose weight if you're heavy, and then help you stay at a healthy weight. Does that mean you can never have a cheeseburger with fries and a shake? No, no, no. You gotta have some fun. Most kids love that kind of food, but eating it every day is unhealthy and downright dangerous. So how about having fast food once or twice a week as a special treat? And what you drink is also important. Many Indians who get diabetes are drinking way too much soda pop. Okay, what other types of food and drinks should we stay away from to prevent diabetes? Soda pop, fruit drinks, highly processed snack foods like chips and cookies, fry bread and other fried foods, candy bars and sugared gum and mints, ice cream, and fast food. These kinds of food choices are bad in 2 ways. First, they have way too much sugar in them, and second, they have too much fat. Too much sugar can lead to blood sugar problems, which can lead to diabetes. Too much fat can lead to obesity, which can also lead to diabetes. If a person eats too much fat, they end up with what's called a high blood fat level. This makes them more likely to have heart problems, and people with diabetes already are more likely to have heart disease. Too much sugar and fat are bad, no bones about it. So clearly, what you eat is really important. Did you know that the eating habits you develop right now will stay with you for many years? That's why it's so important to begin making healthy changes in your diet right now, today. Choose fresh vegetables whenever possible. They're like good medicine for you. Eat at least 4 to 5 servings every day. Now, part of what you have to learn is how to pick a healthy snack. Now, you may love the way donuts and soda pops taste, but there are a lot of things that taste good that are much healthier choices. When something tastes good and is good for you, I call that double good. Let's see what these kids think.
I think I'm gonna have some water and some yogurt.
I think I'm gonna have some Diet Dr. Pepper and some strawberries.
Hey, they did great. Why don't you make a list of double good snacks and ask your parents or grandparents if they'll help you get them? They might even learn something about eating better from you. What do you like to do in your spare time? Watch TV? Play video games? Listen to music? I watch a lot of football myself. Well, think about this. Your chances of getting diabetes go way down if you exercise every day. Now, does this mean you have to pump iron or do jumping jacks? Nope. You can if you want to, and that'd be great. But what about basketball, skating, powwow dancing, swimming, riding a bike, or even just going for a walk? Here's a good idea. When you go to the store, ask your mom to park in a spot that's farther away so that you can walk more and get exercise. If you go into a building with more than 1 story, use the stairs instead of the elevator. There are so many great ways to get moving. What's your favorite?
I love to play basketball, and I've been playing fast pitch for about 3.5 to 4 years, and you can exercise and running the bases, and I play catcher a lot and shortstop a lot.
For exercise, I really like to swim, play basketball, play football, and go outside and play a sport with my friends.
I play basketball with my friends and at school, and I love to swim all the time.
Cheerleading is a lot of fun. Go team!
Why do you think exercise is so important when it comes to preventing diabetes? Well, exercise makes you strong and healthy. It strengthens the heart muscle and helps keep your arteries clear and flowing smoothly. Exercise also burns up extra calories and fats from food, and that keeps you from gaining too much weight. Being overweight puts a real strain on the heart and lungs, and on a person's bones and joints. So exercise keeps your body trim and keeps your heart and lungs strong. And exercise makes you feel good, gives you energy during the day, and makes you rest better at night. Just like eating right, exercising is a habit. If you make exercise a fun part of every day, it will be easier to keep the habit. So do you really need to worry about diabetes? After all, you can take medicine to control it, and if you know you have it, you know what to do to stay out of trouble, right? Wrong. The idea is for you to take such good care of yourself that you'll never have it.
We have got to begin making changes in lifestyle in youth if we're going to really have an impact on this epidemic of diabetes. The simple things: get up and move around. Turn off the television set. Just do things. Go outside and do things. Number two, eat very moderately. Learn about foods that are not designed for healthy living. Don't have quite as much soft drinks out of the machine. Pass those up instead of drinking out of the machine. Eat fruits and vegetables.
Diabetes, don't you get it?
Diabetes is a disease that lasts a lifetime, and some of the health problems that it can cause are pretty scary. People with diabetes have a high amount of sugar in their blood. This high blood sugar begins to damage the blood vessel walls, and many times people with diabetes also have high cholesterol, which is caused by eating too much fatty food. When the cholesterol begins to build up, it can cause an obstruction or roadblock in the already damaged vessels. This is a very, very bad combination, and our body organs do not get enough blood for nourishment. This can cause them to become damaged. Our eyes have lots of tiny blood vessels which can get damaged by the high sugar levels. Diabetes can literally destroy a person's eyesight and can even cause blindness eventually. Close your eyes for a minute. It's scary to think you could go blind, isn't it? And some people with diabetes get kidney disease. Your kidneys are the organs that separate waste products out of your blood. And if you get kidney disease, your blood has to be filtered through a machine every week. This is called dialysis. Some people with diabetes have a problem with cuts that won't heal on their feet and legs. When someone with diabetes gets a cut on their foot, it's very serious. And it's hard for the heart to get good blood flow down to the lower legs and feet due to all the vessel damage. The sore can turn black and begin to rot off. Can you believe that sugar, which is supposed to be so sweet, can cause so much trouble for so many people? Well, it sure can. Listen to this.
Well, when I was 18 years old, I was diagnosed with diabetes. And pretty much then, I couldn't do a lot of the stuff that I used to do. I mean, like drinking a lot of soda pops and stuff I was used to doing like every day. I had to cut all that down or cut it out. My aunt took care of me. She was also diabetic, and that's on my grandmother's side. And all my life when I was younger, I had an uncle that I never seen him with any legs. He always had a prosthesis. And later on, after I got older and we started asking questions, because we just looked at him as, you know, that's just how we always seen him, without his legs. My grandmother told me that it was because of diabetes, and that it ran in her family, and it ran on my dad's side. Because of my diabetes, you get ulcer sores on the bottom of your foot. And it started out, I had got like an ulcer sore on the left side of my big toe. It made my arch in my foot swell, and I couldn't walk on it. So they told me I was gonna have to have surgery. I went on Saturday, had surgery that Sunday morning. And he told me they was gonna drain the fluid out of my arch of my foot and try to save my leg. Well, when I got out of surgery, first thing I did was raised up and felt, and my leg was amputated. And he said the poison had went up my leg and was already up to my ankles. So they couldn't save my foot, but they saved my life, you know, because the poison could have got further up. When I was diagnosed, I was 18, so I was old enough to know not to do it, but then I was young enough to think, well, it's not going to get that bad, you know what I'm saying? Old enough to know, but I'm still thinking, well, I won't be in that situation. I'm going to control it. But then you can control it sometimes, and then I just try to forget about it, and I try to ignore it, but I can't ignore it because it's always going to be there. I didn't think about going to the doctor to get checked for diabetes. I thought that would be in my, way in my future, because I wasn't thinking at that age that I could have diabetes. But, you know, you can go and get checked and make sure, you know, just to be on the safe side, have your blood sugar checked, especially if it runs in your family. And you know that, you know, you can possibly get it, even at a young age.
Sometimes people get diabetes even when they're trying to prevent it. And there are thousands of people with diabetes right now that don't even know they have it. This is very dangerous because diabetes that's not being treated by a doctor is causing lots of damage inside the person's body. Everyone, especially people who have some of the risk factors for diabetes, needs to know what the signs of diabetes are. This can help you protect yourself and the people you know. The signs of diabetes include being very thirsty, being hungrier than usual, blurred vision, feeling tired and weak, gaining or losing weight without trying to, and needing to urinate or pee a lot. Some Indians, especially kids, may develop a dark ring on the skin around their neck. This has a complicated name, acanthosis nigricans, and it's a warning sign that this person has a high insulin level and is at a risk for turning diabetic. Here's the thing. People with undiagnosed and untreated diabetes can become very sick and even die. So put your knowledge about diabetes to use. If you or someone you know has 2 or more of the symptoms of diabetes, call a doctor or an Indian clinic in your area right away and ask to be checked out. It's a free, painless test that can help you stay well and possibly even stay alive.
Okay, I'm going to be checking your blood sugar today by a finger stick method. We're just going to kind of wipe your finger like so, and then I'm going to prick your finger with this little sticker thing. All it's going to do is just, I'm going to put it on the side of your finger like that and push the little button, and it's going to cause you to bleed, okay? Just a little bit. And the blood I'm going to put over here in this little thing. I'm going to catch it in this little blue area. It's called a glucometer. It's just going to tell me what your blood sugar is right now, okay? And all it means is just how high your blood sugar is.
Don't ever let anyone tell you you're too young to be worrying about diabetes. Of all people, it's American Indian kids who need to pay the most attention to this disease and learn everything they can about it, how to prevent it, how to recognize the symptoms, and what you can do to protect yourself.
The diet and exercise are the 2 most important things, because everybody in this room is Native American, and because you're Native American, you're already predisposed, and you can't do anything about that. What meat are we having? Is anybody concerned about, well, what vegetables are we having?
We now know, and we're learning more every day, that minor lifestyle changes, getting up and moving around, going outside, walking a little further, eating a moderate diet, has clearly been shown to be helpful in preventing diabetes. It's something that can be done. One need not expect that they're going to get diabetes and nothing can be done. That is not true.
Diabetes, don't you get it?
Now, we've talked about a lot of things and listened to a lot of people. Now let's go back to our short diabetes quiz from the beginning and see how you do. Okay, true or false?
All people who have diabetes have been diagnosed and are seeing a doctor.
False.
About 1/3 of the people who have diabetes don't even know it yet.
Number 2, what is insulin? Is it A, a food, B, a hormone, or C, a cell? You guessed it. B is the answer. Insulin is a hormone that your body makes to allow your cells to use food. All right, now, number 3. Everyone who has diabetes has to give themselves insulin shots every day. Well, you know that's false. People with type 1 diabetes have to take insulin shots. People with type 2 diabetes may be able to control their illness without taking shots. The most important thing you can do to protect yourself from diabetes is drink lots of water, never eat any candy, exercise daily, and eat healthy foods. Easy, right? Number 3, both exercise and eating right reduce the sugar level in your blood and help you feel better in general. And finally, true or false?
Not very many people in America have diabetes, and all of those who do have it are old.
You know this one is absolutely wrong. More than 16 million Americans have diabetes, and many are under the age of 25, and that's sad. Well, it's official. You're practically an expert now on diabetes and how you can protect yourself, your family, and your friends. In closing, here are 3 simple things to remember. First, do some kind of exercise every day and make smarter food choices. Second, try to drink no more than 2 pops a week, or better yet, no pop at all. Get used to the refreshment of water. And third, help educate other Indians about their high risk for diabetes and how they can protect themselves. Have you ever heard the expression, knowledge is power? Well, enjoy your knowledge and your power as you make healthier choices for a healthier, longer life. Diabetes, don't you get it?